Yeah, crime of passion.
Hmm.
I wouldn't call it a crime of passion though. I'd call it fucking self-defense.
I think maybe they're assuming that it was something like the wife, because usually you think crime of passion's between a husband and wife, right?
Well, yeah, between
So maybe they thought,
you know, loved ones, not in the sense of family, but in the sense of
this is definitely revenge.
Hmm.
Cleaned up version of this note does say crime of passion.
Yeah, right at the end, yeah. Okay, right, well since we know what's coming, let's get the shotty out. There was something else. There's no mention of the Order in this game, like, at all. Is there?
Right. I think... No, the statue of Jennifer Carroll doesn't mention it until the third game. She's just a Christian martyr in this one, I think.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So as far as James is concerned, he has no idea who the Order is.
Mm.
Right.
Unless it was something, if we assume he lived in Ashfield and the Order was famous, he might have heard of it, but not during the game.
Yes, what I mean. So, but in terms of the actual video game, there is no evidence to suggest that James Sunderland knows anything about the Order or the cult in Silent Hill. I mean, if you knew that there was a cult in a town, would you still go there on vacation?
True.
You
Hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, so if someone was trying to argue the point with me that James would know who they are, and I'm like, well, he wouldn't because they're not even mentioned in his game. But then I was thinking, are they mentioned offhand in a book or something off the beaten track?
I feel like if he knew anything, it would be vague rumors of bad things that happened there at one time that kind of the town treats as ancient history, you know?
Yeah.
Because even Lisa in the first game was like, oh, that all happened a long time ago, you know? Yeah. And he wouldn't have known for sure anything.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, there's no hard evidence to suggest that he would even know who the Order were. So I was right to stand my ground. Good. Right.
Nah, you were... Yeah.
Okay, let's have a boss fight, shall we?
Daddy, don't.
Those fucking pistons in the wall. That's something I'm gonna. I see, you know, this thing like this. How does Angela see it?
She calls it Dad.
Yeah,
I don't know if maybe she sees it as her dad, or I think she sees it as literally her dad.
So she's literally just watching me running, just shotgun
her father.
Shotgun her father to death.
Who deserves it? So.
Well, yeah. And then once she gets
I've had so many people try and put Angela and Eddie on the same plane of they both are murderers. I'm like, you can't even. The game even makes her father a monster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not like
it's
the corpse that Eddie left behind was a Bosh TV to the back of the skull.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a WWE moves in there.
Yeah.
It's Angela.
My literal thought.
Relax.
Don't order me around.
I love this scene so much.
I'm not trying to order you.
Oh yeah, relax.
So what do you
Yeah,
want?
oh, it's Angela with the TV to the back of the head.
You're trying to be nice to me, right? I know what you're up to.
I feel like people get so mad at her for this scene. It's like, if you lived her life, you would have been the same way, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I don't think James takes it personally. I think he realizes something is up with her.
Or you could just force me. Beat me up like...
Also, I think it's here where she makes reference to maybe she knows what James did.
Which is really cool that she's kind of on the money, but depending on, you know, the ending, maybe wrong about the motivation. And it's a really cool kind of foreshadowing there. Has that door always been there behind her?
Don't touch me!
I think so, because that's where she leaves, isn't it?
You make me sick.
I did not remember that. She all the way around. You're right.
You said your wife Mary was dead, right?
God, those pistons in the background just bother me so much. The imagery here is so good, though.
Yeah.
I know about you. You didn't want her around anymore. You probably found someone else.
So really interesting then.
See, but how does Angela make that conclusion?
That's ridiculous.
It's her like experiences with men and women, you know, and I get the assumption if a woman disappears and she's married, the husband did it.
Oh,
Like,
right.
it's just that's 90% of the time the husband did it. Watch the forensic files. It will so depress you every time the husband did it. And for really dumb reasons.
Well, murder is always a dumb reason.
Yeah, but like really dumb reasons. Oh man. Really neat that in the graveyard she kind of feels like James doesn't believe her and says I'm not lying, but then in this scene she turns around and she's calling him a liar.
Yeah.
She's made an interesting sort of 360.
Yes. Okay, right. Well, there we go. Now we need to go find Maria.
And Eddie.
Oh, God, yeah. We've got to kill Eddie next.
He's in here, too.
Is it this door? Yeah, clearly. Oh, right. Here we go with the whole... I can't remember what one I've got to pull now.
Oh, I love this one. This is one of my favorite puddles in this game.
Okay, this man was hanged for the crime of murder. So yeah, but where? How does the numbering go? I can never remember what's 1 and what's 6.
Well, first I think we have to find the other room and see the other version of the puzzle, if I remember.
Let's go look at the other.
It's separated, I think.
Yeah, no, it'll be the next room down.
And we go back and I guess find out which one. Which difficulty are we on in this one?
Riddle hard.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so
there it is.
I do not wish to die, but tomorrow I'll climb the 13 steps. Please someone answer me. Why must I die come the morning? The man imprisoned beside me believed me because they're all insane. That's why he said. Of course, I know his opinion will change nothing. Now you know why I struck out at them, he muttered. The man who was executed yesterday, the one who said his job was to sell dreams, said that wasn't true, but the man who be executed the day after tomorrow for stealing children shouted back that it was true. The man who was hanged today did not answer. They will kill me either way, he said. He was caught embezzling public money, so he hasn't any hope for mercy. The man who was always quietly smiling to himself said, I am happy, for I will soon be with her. I do not wish to die. I long only to return home, but I know it is not to be, though I have done nothing. This crime thrust upon me. Someone save me. This is not judgment. They are bloodthirsty and I am their sacrificial lamb. Okay. It's bottom one. Let's notice. Only the sinless one can help you here. Right. Mistakenly pull on a criminal's robe and your reward will be returned to you in a shape most wondrously strange. So who is the
wondrously? I like that wording. Wondrously strange.
Wondrously strange. Okay, so which one is it? Because I just can't.
Okay.
I can't bother to work it out.
It's not any of the violent crimes because he struck out of them as mentioned. So the violent ones are guilty. The embezzler is guilty. The person that stole children's the kidnapper, so they're guilty.
Right.
Yeah, we probably need to go to the other room and figure out who's left. The con man is guilty because he's the one that sells dreams. I believe the arsonist. Yeah, I think the arsonist is what's left.
Okay, this man was
nothing about fire is mentioned.
Bodily injury.
He's guilty.
This man was hanged for the crime of swindling, so that's the con artist, yeah? Okay, that one's murder. So
justice and revenge have been served.
This man was hanged for the crime of embezzlement.
He's guilty.
This man was hanged for the crime of kidnapping.
It's the top left one, maybe.
This man was hanged for the crime of counterfeiting.
Okay, so he must be who's left, because they didn't mention anybody making false money, right?
Yeah, because this guy here, this guy's a murderer.
Yeah. Okay, so it's the counterfeiter, top left.
Yeah, top left. This one. I will pull it.
Love how it looks like he's about to put it on himself.
Yeah.
What happens if you pull the wrong one? I think when you go in the other room, you just get a bunch of monsters instead of the key, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know what happens after that, if you have to, like, go back and pull another one and try again, or what.
Yeah, I think it resets.
Okay.
Yeah. The key of the persecuted. Paper that's just covering the corpse face is lying here. Alright, cool. Lovely. Okay. Let's... that. Oh, right, yeah. I keep forgetting. Select it to use it. Key left by prisoner who was wrongly executed. There we go. Splendid. It's gonna be cheeky save. And let's continue. Oh, hello. Oh, that's the way I go after we've discovered that Maria's dead, isn't it? Yeah. Right then. Spoiler alert, I just bought it. Here we go. Someone tried to say somewhere that they reckon that Eddie's the one that killed Maria here. It's like, I just thought she's just acting like the corpse of Mary.
No. I think it literally was a copy. Like, it's not like he checks her breathing or anything.
Why?
She could have just been like, I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah, I mean, there's blood all over the bed.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think anybody killed her. I think she literally just passed away the same way Mary did to punish him. I mean,
because she's got the weird facial scars like Mary.
Yeah, Eddie would have shot her.
Yeah. That's what I mean, so they'd have been blood
Nice
everywhere.
boots.
Yeah.
She does have a good look.
Oh yeah.
Props to her for having the chutzpah to walk around with your belly out.
Yeah. There's a picture of oh, what's her name? The Hilton, Paris Hilton, I think, where she's wearing a dress that's eerily similar to Maria's.
I think it was based on it because, if I remember right, Sato Takeyoshi, here's this game, he lived in the United States for part, or maybe for part of development at least.
Right.
And so he was very much entrenched in American culture while making Silent Hill 2. And I think that's why, you know, like the outfits from Con Air are the outfits of Mary and Laura.
Oh,
the fact that Paris Hilton wore on one of the red carpets or whatever is what Maria's wearing. I think it's definitely because he was living here. And he actually lived in my town for like 7 years. I can't believe that.
That's insane.
For Serious Games, and they are in this city, which is insane to me.
Serious Games, what have they made? I recognise the name.
They don't do like, it's literally like Serious Games training videos, hospital training kind of things. He wanted to make stuff that was different and not just make guns, shoot people kind of thing.
Yeah.
So for a while, he went off with the grid a little bit. He's at Nintendo now.
All right.
Paper Mario.
Wow, cool. Better Nintendo than Sony these days. With their,
and I definitely think, you know, he's so tired of just generally violent, boring, repetitive games. I think that's why he went to Nintendo. Because they're definitely not that.
No, but surprisingly though, I don't know if you've been keeping up on weird news. Sony have now started this kind of censorship campaign with a lot of their video games. So a load of games, specifically coming from Japan, are getting like severely censored, whereas the Nintendo versions aren't.
Just very weird about Nintendo that they would not.
It's literally the opposite of what it was back when I was a kid.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that I am pro censorship, but I feel like in some ways we forget that Japan has a little bit lost the plot when it comes to all these freaking video games they're making that are just like, this looks like a 12-year-old wearing booty shorts. Please stop. Please stop this. You know?
Well, it's because they've got they've got a different attitude towards sex than the West, for sure. They're much more liberal with sex, but they haven't got the same liberality with violence. They Japanese games will censor violence all the time. Like even back in the early like PlayStation 1 games.
I remember that.
I've got Tenchu Stealth Assassins. I've got the Japanese original version, I've got the Western version, and I've got the re-released Japanese version. Now in the original Japanese version there's only got 8 levels, whereas in the Western version there's 10 levels. One of those new levels is set in the snow, and if you play as the male ninja, when you finally get to the final boss, he is so ashamed of what he's done that he commits seppuku and he stabs himself in the stomach, and then you run up and chop his head off. And in the Western version you see it. Then when they re-released it in Japan, they added in the new levels. As he runs to cut the head, the camera cuts away and you see blood splash against the wall, because they're not allowed to show decapitation in Japanese video games. So
I think it kind of relates to what's happened to anime, because I read this interesting article by Hayao Miyazaki, which, as you may know, is a really influential artist over there, and he's really angry about how anime has kind of devolved into a lot of fan service because the publishers know it will sell, so they write all this really dumb fan servicey heavy stuff that's not artistic. I feel like that's kind of become part of the video games there too, where it's like they're going for the easiest to make, guaranteed sale, dumb fan servicey stuff that's not very artistic and sometimes extremely problematic. But
well, it's that old analogy though, isn't it? Sex sells.
It's just not always good.
No. Right, I do believe we're about to fight Eddie.
I love the color change there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go for it. Oh look, it's not letting me save. Oh, that's odd.
Huh. So is the autosaver not working?
Yeah, the autosave's not working. I mean, I just saved it. I'm not allowed to autosave it here.
Or something about this area, they're like, you can't do it.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. No, that is weird. There he is. And you see, and he's surrounded by human corpses, not monsters. Because he's the monster.
What does it look like?
Yes, every time we see him, there's a dead human next to him.
Disgusting piece of shit.
Yeah.
Love this scene with the cameras changing so fast.
Yeah, well, it's to show his kind of schizophrenia, isn't it?
He's starting to lose control.
Well, I think he's lost it at this point.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he was.
Hi, Akatsuki.
Maybe I am nothing.
Hey, Akatsuki, how's it going?
Disgusting piece of shit.
You are a disgusting piece of shit, Eddie.
It doesn't matter if you're smart.
Handsome Ratch asks, isn't he cold? He's wearing shorts. And I've had this thought. If you look at the different various games, especially this one, the people that come to Silent Hill all wear incredibly different outfits. James is wearing 3 layers.
Yeah.
He's wearing a shirt with a jacket. And then he's wearing shorts. So, like, what is weather like to them in Silent Hill? Do they just not feel it?
Have you gone nuts?
Well, again, maybe it's this weird time dilation that they're all at Silent Hill actually at different times of the year, but because of the dilation, they're all meeting up in this kind of limbo, which doesn't have, it's outside of time.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
You've been laughing at me all along.
You know, as far as Eddie's concerned,
Yeah, you think about
it's just-
Marina's outfit too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. As far as Eddie's concerned, it's probably like July, whereas
Yeah.
for James, he turned up in like October.
Mm-hmm. I like that theory.
Oh, you little bastard.
I feel like part of Eddie's story, I think he's almost goading James to kill him. Because I feel like, in a lot of ways, Eddie knows he's doing wrong. He just cannot allow himself to turn back because he can't handle the idea of being vulnerable to bullying again. It's almost better to die than it is to have that weakness again.
That was too close.
Always have trouble with this fight. He's tough.
Okay. Got him into his second phase at least. Let's pick up some much needed ammo.
It's really neat. The Silent Hill 2 novelization for this part, when Eddie's on the ground after you've the end of the fight, he sees dogs that look just like the dog he killed coming in and eating his corpse as he dies.
Oh,
sort of like
right.
representing. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
felt guilty this whole time.
Yeah. I like that.
He's got a really messed up story.
Pretty cool.
He's not as sympathetic as Angela, but that doesn't mean I don't still feel bad for him. It's just a different story.
Yeah. Yep, still can't save it, so it's not letting me save mid-fight.
Buffering hell. It's looking pretty good on my end. I don't know if maybe...
It's all green
Your
on my
connection's
end as
gonna be-
well, so there's, sorry, there's not much I can do about it. Right, well, let's finish
like the fog that's in this room. I wonder if it's the same sort of technology they do in the town itself.
I would assume so, it seems to move the same.
Same way.
Do you know what it does to you, James? When you're hated?
Love that these big hunks of meat look like they're wearing pants.
Well, yeah, also, so we've gone from a prison to a labyrinth to the meat locker.
Yeah.
That's why I ran away after
Definitely this game's version of Nowhere.
Yeah.
Scared little girl.
Yeah, it's just, we're just literally running through memories.
It was fun. It tried to
Or
cheat some
more or less mental projections of where they believe they're supposed to be, like Angela's room is just full of pistons.
I shot him too.
And surprisingly a TV. So I always wondered what the reference to the TV was in Angela's room. Why a TV?
Honestly, thinking about it, I think it could be a connection to her dad, because, and this is just sort of the maybe not stereotype, but like the image of a lot of lower class abusive men. You imagine them as the guy drinking beer sitting in front of the TV all day.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was thinking, is maybe that was the setup at her house where her dad would be when she came in.
like other people. Don't
I love this part where he tries to convince James that they're the same.
Yeah.
Sort of like the Satan figure, like, come on, join the dark side. That's a
Yeah.
really deep punch, buddy.
No, he was punching the meat. I cheesed him.
Eddie?
I love that the camera moves and we can't see his face as soon as he
Yeah.
dies. Oh, that's so good.
I killed a...
Of course we killed a human being, James. I leveled a shotgun at him.
Yeah. And can you imagine seeing what a shotgun actually does to human flesh that close?
Yeah.
Mm.
That was pretty point blank.
Yeah. You know, Eddie Dombrowski, I was reading up on something the other day and looking at name choice, and it turns out the name Dombrowski,
Did you
the
really die
localizer,
3 years
Jeremy
ago?
Blaustein, picks that name just because he knew someone with that name that he hated. So that's why he
Right.
picked the name.
That's hilarious.
Oh, man. I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
the bodies definitely look like fat men hanging from the wall at different angles.
Weird,
and then they kind of
they?
look like pigs, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, they are.
Creepy.
They're certainly not.
I wonder if his dad was maybe a butcher or something.
Yeah, that makes sense, because it is weird why we end up fighting Eddie in a meat locker when there hasn't been really any sort of analogy.
Well, it's like it's like he sees people as just meat, I guess.
As meat puppets. Negative. I am a meat popsicle. Right, so off to.
And you just walked over his corpse. How disrespectful.